Salute, and welcome to class, guys. You was supposed to be doing that part, man.
I'm not doing that part.
But yeah, guys, we back. We in class today, and we got a good one, guys. Y'all see the title, and it's straight like that, guys. Black father teaches son and daughter poverty is a choice. All right, guys. So we're gonna learn about poverty today. You know what I mean? You're gonna add this with one of our other topics when we talked about racism. Black and white.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Loosen up, bro. And I got the first lady in the house, guys. Introduce
Hi
yourself,
everyone.
Nera. I got Nera in the house. That's my firstborn right there. That's the one that turned me into a soldier. You know what I mean? So we got first to last. And I'm glad I got you guys in the house, in the class with me today. You know what I mean, guys? So we're going to go over. I was telling Shamari, today we're going to touch on poverty because I really want y'all guys to understand how poverty is a choice, how people choose to stay in poverty. That's what make it a choice. Because if you don't do nothing about the hand you was dealt, then that's as good as choosing that hand. If you stay with the hand, right? You know what I mean? I know you're a football guy, so I'm gonna use some football references tonight. You know what I mean? But before we start, salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. We got OKL, OK Izzy in the house. We got my guy D Brown. D Brown said what up. Tolo said what up, sis. We got my boy Aviator Views, the birthday guy. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We got BT, B Turner in the house. You know what I mean? My boy KDH. We got my twin Mulatto Vanguard in the house. You know what I mean? And my guy XL Pro, man. XL Pro, he like the Alabama Tide, man. Yeah, like the Crimson Tide, man. What's your favorite college football team?
LSU.
Oh, you like LSU?
Wait, is that even college?
Yeah, that's
Oh
college.
yeah, that's
LSU.
college.
Yeah, that's
Tigers.
Yeah.
Okay, LSU in the house. All right, guys. So never, and Shamari, what's one thing about your father that you don't like the most? Yeah, what's one thing you don't like? You just it's just annoying. Don't crab leg either, y'all. I got my hand on the button. I got my hand on the button. Who first?
No, you can go first.
About what? Like what? Like in general? Like what?
Yeah, in general.
I feel like you're like a heavily saver. Like you sit. Like you like a overly saver. So like, let me think. What's the word? He would be like, like
I'm
he'll
about to
be
hit that crab leg button, yo.
really.
Oh yeah, unless y'all never thought about it. Unless
I
y'all,
never did.
like you like everything about me. That's
Pretty
dope.
much.
That's dope.
I can't think of anything right now.
Me either.
All right. So what you like about me the most? What's the one thing that you like about me the most?
That you're mostly energetic. Yeah.
That I'm hyper.
No. Wait, hold on. No. I didn't mean it that way.
So how you mean it, man? Project yourself. Project. And this is for you, right?
Wait,
Because
hold
you
on.
said you wanted to host the show, so you're here now,
Wait,
bro.
what? I did?
On your birthday, you sure did,
I
bro.
got one. I could do both.
All
Right?
right.
The one thing I don't like, I feel like you're forgetful. Like you forget. Oh my god, like you're like getting old. That's one thing. I swear you're getting old.
That's honest.
And no, and then the good thing, I feel like honesty. I feel like that's one good thing about you, that you're honest. Like you would tell, like you would be like, if you're not messing with it, if you're not messing with something that like one of the kids, that one of us, one of we do, you'll be like, even if it hurt our feelings, you'll be like, that don't look nice, or like you don't say it in a mean way, but you're gonna say it. You're gonna be like, not that one, not that color, or something.
Yeah, I like that quality, man. What about you? What you like, man? Oh, you said I'm energetic. You said I'm energetic. Okay, okay, I'll deal with that. So, let's get on into. I need y'all to understand that rich and wealth is two different things. You know that? Rich is Nera and Shamari. Wealth is Tanera Scott and Shamari Scott. You see the difference? Wealth is accumulated through our last name, guys. That's wealth. We're wealthy. Our business is wealth. Now, rich, you could be rich by yourself, but that's not wealth. And you see how it's a big difference. How a lot of people running around here with a little bit of money, and they thinking they got wealth. They thinking they wealthy, but rich and wealthy is two different things. You know what I mean? And on top of that, a lot of people in our community is not even rich. A lot of people in our community is poor. You know what I mean? And when I say poor, I'm saying poor as in income, as in mindset, all the things that you need to be rich as a person. So we gonna get into that. You know what I mean? I got my girl A Lux. You know what I mean? I got my girl A Lux. And we gonna go over it. How we go over it, guys. Alright, so y'all kick back. Salute to the squad. Let's get it. We're gonna go with poverty as a choice first, all right? And then I'm gonna bring up a video that we just recently did at the school. But now that I got y'all here with me, I want to do that video again, all right? Because I feel like that was an important one. Because it talks about what we waste our money on, and I don't want none of y'all to waste our money on these things, all right? But first, we're gonna talk about why poverty is a choice. Because I would hate for y'all to run into somebody that try to spew this lie on y'all, all right? You got two types of liars in this world. You got people that blatantly lie, and you got foolish liars. Foolish liars, they just don't know no better. They're going to go off of what somebody taught them, all right? And those are the most dangerous ones because they'll get mad at you. They'll shame you for not wanting to believe what they believe in, what somebody taught them, all right? So, you know what I mean? Watch the lies. Be very careful of the lies. Poverty is a choice. If anybody else tell you anything other, then you just be like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? But poverty is a choice. Don't let them put nothing else in your head. Don't get in the habit of the slavery thing and all that shit. Don't worry about it. I'm your father, and I wasn't a slave. I wasn't a slave, yo. I was in cabs. I was riding high. I was riding around, yo. I was riding around. All right, so that's why y'all can't run with that, all right? And it's important we tell our kids that now. Let's nip it in the butt. Let's kill that form of generational curse, which is manipulation and brainwash. All right? All right, poverty is a choice, guys. We going. Y'all stop me when y'all got any questions or when y'all not clear on something, all right, guys?
All right.
Has been famously quoted as saying, if you're born poor, it's not your mistake. But if you die poor, it is your mistake. Now, whether he genuinely said that is another story, but we're going to use this quote misquote in our video today and break it down into 15 cases where it rings true. Number 1. When poor, you choose a little money right away rather than a lot of money later.
You get that? You get that right there? Like if I came to you right now and I say, yo, I got $200 in this hand, and then in this hand, I got a ticket that I could give you, but you can't cash that ticket out till 2 months later. Which one you gonna take? Which hand you would take? You would take the hand with the cash, or you would take the hand with the ticket?
Can I take them?
Yeah, but you could take. You should take the ticket.
Yeah,
You should take the ticket. You know what I mean? Especially if the ticket is more. You know what I mean? You should always take the ticket.
In our video, 15 Reasons Why Being Poor is Expensive, we mentioned Donald Glover's Atlanta and why the poor stay poor. There, we said a guy needs quick money and wants to trade in his phone. A friend suggests trading up until he gets a far greater return. The problem is, he needs money right now. The friend is trying to help him by showing him with time he could make $6K by trading up his phone. However, the poor guy says, I'm poor and poor people don't have time for investments because poor people are too busy trying not to be poor. Ayla.
All right, for you, I get you. That's true, right? But look, for a better example for you, say you know how you got your football game. You got this one quarterback. Let's say he costs 200,000, right? And you could trade him. You could trade him this year, or you could wait till next year, where he's gonna be worth 400,000, and you could probably get two players for him, or you could trade him this year and he's 200,000, but you're only gonna get one player for him. So it's just a matter of choosing. You know what I mean? Which one's gonna be beneficial to you in the end? Because it's always gonna be two scenarios, y'all. It's gonna be that quick fix and that right now, and then it's gonna be the long run. You know what I mean? The long haul. And always think long haul. Always think abundance. When you start getting into the habit of picking the right now, catering to your feelings and your temporary feelings right now, that's when you start to trade in your present. You start to trade in your future. I'm sorry, I always get that mixed up. You trade in your future. You trade in, you don't know what's going on, what's going to happen, what you worth in your future. But you start to trade that in for right now. And that's not good, especially for you, Never Never, because that's the number one kryptonite for women. Number one kryptonite. They got to figure that out. You know what I mean? You blessed. You got the knowledge though, but they got to figure that out. And you just got to hold on. You're going to score the high points, bro, but be choosy, man. See, man, I can already tell, man. I go this kid right here. Please, yo, help help the boy, yo. Help the boy. Protect them, yo. Keep him away from him, Tanera. Keep the modern women away from him, yo. Keep him away from him.
It's not a choice with many options, but it's a choice nonetheless. Number 2. When poor, you take on a second job to cover the bills. The late Willem de Kooning sums it up perfectly. The trouble with being poor is it takes up all of your time.
Bingo. Your time is your money, you know what I mean? Money, this is complicated, so don't worry about it. But money is not really nothing but decimal points on the screen, right? But anyway, your time is more valuable, right? Why? Why work for somebody all day with your time when you can take some of your time and work for yourself to start working for yourself? You get that concept, Never?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get that concept?
Yeah.
You want some time you want to play video games too, right? You want to play you want to play everything. You want to have time to play everything.
Yeah,
right?
you want to like do different, like not to just dedicate it on like others, like because that's somebody else's company, you know. So it's like
Facts. Remember, that's somebody else's last name.
Yeah.
That's somebody else's last name that you making rich. And then when you go get two jobs, so you dividing your time into making two last names rich, you ain't never gonna have time to make your last name rich and wealthy. You know what I mean? Wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Always want to be going into business for yourself. Like KDH just said, you always want to invest in yourself. The best investment is in you. And guys, y'all know how I am with my Bible and stuff. Y'all know that's what God mean by put yourself first. You invest in you. You invest in you all the time.
And that's the reality for poor people. Poor people often have to work 2 or 3 different jobs to try and cover their bills. And yet the thought of getting a better paid job doesn't crop up. Because often poor people truly believe they don't deserve the better paying job, or are stuck in the poor mentality cycle that they're unable to be anything but poor.
And that's because they stop learning, guys. You see, so you know when you're not qualified to do something. You know when you just sitting there and ain't, you know what I mean? Like, you know when you went to school that day and you ain't studied for that test So you sat there in that school and you was like, oh God. You knew exactly what grade you was gonna get too. You know what I mean? You know exactly what grade you was gonna get. You know what I mean?
And if the rhetoric of the poor always stay poor continues, it discourages people from trying. Why should they even bother when they're going to stay poor anyway? Number 3, poor people.
Hold on, before we go to that, that's why I say, like, make sure when you reading your book, when you reading your Bible, never, if you come across anything, reach out so I can explain it, because there's some things in that book that'll make you think that it's cool to be poor. You know what I mean? This is how the church used it to manipulate so many black people, our people, to stay in a stagnant spot that it's cool to be poor. Like, they made it to where you don't want to have no money. Like, it's a sin. They tell people the money is the root of all evil, but they leave off the fact that it's the lust for money. It's the want and the desire to always want it that is the root of all evil. You know what I mean? So the church did a little bit of stuff to us that we took and ran with it.
Don't understand the value of time and opportunity cost. Here's the scenario. A poor person gets the option to work a 10-hour shift for $100 or a 5-hour shift for $75. The poor person will automatically choose the 10-hour shift because earning $100 is $25 higher than $75. However, the rate per hour drops dramatically when you work out the hourly rate of both shifts. The value of time doesn't come into the equation. So instead of only working 5 hours and being able to invest the additional 5 hours elsewhere, a poor person is trapped in the shift for 10 hours, then too exhausted to work on anything more profitable when the shift is over. This causes the cycle to repeat and enables a poor person to remain poor. Choosing the 5-hour shift would enable the person to be more rested, be available for new opportunities or upskilling, or have more time available to pursue different ways of earning an income. Number 4, poor people work themselves to death. We've said it before and we'll say it again. If hard work equaled success, then miners, cleaners, and factory workers would all be mega wealthy. But it doesn't work that way. Like we said in our video, 15 Reasons Why Working Hard is Dumb, working hard isn't unique. Everyone can work hard.
Bingo. Bingo. You heard that keynote right there, Never?
Yeah, everyone can work hard.
And it's true. Yo, and this comes from watching our grandmother come in the house dead tired after working hard. You know what I mean? Just so everybody think, yo, you gotta go out there and come in and be. Nah, if you working that hard, then that mean you doing something wrong. And it go back to, I think it was number 2. People mess up because they stop educating themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they don't feel like they worthy of the position. Or they out there working, busting their ass, using the wrong tools. Sorry, y'all. Using the wrong tools. You know what I mean? You'll find the right tools by educating yourself. Then you ain't gotta work that hard. Also, once you educate yourself, you'll become unique. You'll have that skill which separates you from the other hard workers. Now you're unique. You're irreplaceable. Get
Yeah,
that?
we're different,
Huh?
basically. It's not about working hard, it's about working different,
Yep.
basically. Yeah.
And poor people often choose to work hard because it's their only offering. Now, if we take our previous point into consideration here, if the poor...
You heard that? It's their only offering because they don't have the skill, because they didn't educate themselves. All they could offer is just slave work, just there, just pick things up and put things down. When if they would have just read a little bit more, and they'd have been able to have a better spot, a better position. You know what I mean? It's always going to be that position for those who don't want to educate themselves. But those people that don't want to educate themselves is going to get paid like everybody else that didn't want to educate themselves. And that's the difference. You know what I mean? You don't pay the quarterback the same way you pay the lineman, right? Because, you know what I mean? Everybody can be a lineman. It don't take much to be a lineman, but you pay the quarterback because the quarterback...
It's the captain, basically.
All right.
person had chosen to work the fewer hours, then they would have been left with more time to work on a skill that nobody else could offer. Take heed of what we said in that video. Hard work is replaceable. Innovative or creative ideas or a unique skill are not as easily replaced. Don't be one of a million of hard workers. Be one in a million with your experience and skill set. Number 5. Poor people choose the allure of get-rich-quick schemes. We've been inundated with...
Stay away from these get-rich-quick schemes. Stay away from these package deals, these, last chance to buy, or one time only. Stay away from them joints. Them joints is, if it's too good to be true, it's true. You know what I mean? It's too good.
Messages like, get rich now, ask me how, and be your own boss, or you can't afford to miss this once-in-a-lifetime offer. Now, Aluxers, we're going to tell you right now, you can definitely afford to miss that once-in-a-lifetime click here now to get your free gift kind of wealth scheme. In fact, you should just act like the excuse me, sir, are you lost meme girl, and just let them be on their way. But when faced with the option of potentially earning a quick buck, it's not always easy for poor people to look the other way. And it's also not always an option to slowly build wealth because money is needed ASAP. Number 6. Poor people look for a way out rather than a way in. Let's look at a scenario. A poor person is hustling hard to make ends meet. They're working those 12-hour shifts and then doing it again like they're a hamster on a wheel, going round and round, getting nowhere. They're desperate for a way out, which is why these get-rich-quick scams are so lucrative. So the mindset is, how can I get out of this? Instead of, what can I do to get into XYZ? Choosing to change the narrative is a big step in finding a way to a better solution. It doesn't come naturally, but like anything, practice makes perfect. Now, Aluxers, let's find out how this narrative is a choice and how it inhibits poor people. Number 7. Poor people choose their rhetoric. Shark Tank's Damon John once said, being broke is temporary, but poverty of mind is permanent. You have to avoid poverty of mind. It's no secret, Aluxers, you choose your own thoughts, and we don't always choose the best ones, do we? So, if you're going around all day stuck with the rhetoric of, I'll never be rich, I'll be poor forever, or I don't have enough time, money, or freedom, well, you'll manifest those thoughts. The scarcity mentality clouds your judgment. It makes you lose focus of what you do have and how you can use that to your advantage. The scarcity mentality is all in your head, and only you can make the decision to change your way of thinking. It becomes problematic because it influences.
You see, that's the illusion, and it's what's in your head is based off of beliefs and stuff that they push on these TV shows. And we had that conversation all of the time, never, you know what I mean? But my God, you coming in, you coming up now. So now it's time for you to understand how everything you seeing on these TV shows is propaganda. You know what I mean? And it's designed and geared to get you to spend your money. You know what I mean? Down to it wants you to like a certain type of female and spend your money on her. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful of what you intake, because when you watch all of these shows, you intake it to your Holy Spirit. You know what I mean? And that's what you become. You know what I mean? You start to believe that stuff. And that's the illusion that play out in your head. So now it's always you versus you. Never, it's always you versus you. It's not a female on this earth that could rock with you, girl. It's not a dude on this planet that could rock with you, young king. It's always you versus you. You know what I mean?
Influences your every decision based on the false nothing that there'll never be more or you can't make more money. Remember what we said in our video, 10 ways to make money work for you. That money is a renewable source. There is always more. Number 8. Poor people choose the company they're in. Author Kenneth G. Ortiz aptly put it.
That's a fact, guys. You know what I mean? And you see what happened when you choose the wrong company to never. You saw what the news was about last week, 2 weeks ago. The girl, you heard about Shalakina,
Sequela.
Shaquela, yeah, Shaquela, yeah, her. And it's a shame that they're about to make a movie about her too. You know that they're about to make a movie out of her story. They're about to make like a little series or something. I heard Kiki Palmer, she's playing a role. Like they wild reckless with it, but yeah, you gotta be careful who you around yourself with because broke people love broke people. Broke people is trained and designed to hate success. They like to eat the rich. You know what I mean, guys? So y'all gonna have a lot of knowledge. Y'all gonna have a lot of opportunity, and y'all gonna be in spaces that a lot of y'all friends not gonna be able to go. And you gotta watch how they react to that in order to know if those are truly your real friends. Because real friends support you. They clap for you. You clap for them. They clap for you. All right? And that's why poverty is a choice, guys. Because if you look around in our community, broke people choose to hang with broke people and diss the rich, the people that got the knowledge. It's a lot of jealousy going on in our community. They call it the crab in the barrel. You heard of that before, Never Never? Crab in a bucket. It's the crab in a bucket. It's like how you ever go to the fish market and you see how the live crabs be, how it's one going to the top, how the other little crab, the other one grabs it and pulls it back to the bottom, and it's just like that's what they do in that barrel in that bucket all day. Crabs, just as one try to climb out, the other one grab his claw and pull him back, and it's all day. That's all they do. Next time you go, check that out. You're gonna be like, oh shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? But that's how they do. So you always want to be careful, you know what I mean? Be very wary of your company that you keep. You know what I mean? Besides, if you chill around, especially you, Snare, if you chill around thought pockets, then you know what I mean? More likely your image is gonna be a thought pocket, yo. And you know what I mean? That might not work for you. That's not gonna work for you. Likewise, you chill around gangsters and people that ain't got no sense, that ain't gonna work for you. You know what I mean?
Be wary of the company you keep, for they are a reflection of who you are or who you want to be. Rich people are very choosy as to whom they spend their time with. They're not going to waste their precious time with people who are complaining, have no drive, and are not innovative or just generally have bad energy. They're
Right.
spending their time with creative people, people brimming with ideas, life, and passion. The people that discuss success and opportunity as one would chat about an exciting holiday or a trip they book. By choosing to hang out with deadbeats with simple outlooks on life, where the negative is always focused on, you, poor Aluxer, will become that negative person. Or even if you're not, others will perceive you as being like that. So choose wisely when you're spending time with people, because you are a reflection of that company. Number 9. Choices are made in context. Hey Luxers, every person's situation is different, and often a poor person has very few choices available to them. We are quick to judge and shame. For example, we see a guy begging on the side of the road and we think, why can't he just go pack some bags at a grocery store? Or why doesn't he offer to wash cars to make money? But at that stage, the man begging has nothing left. He has no drive, energy, ambition, or self-respect. Begging is all he has left to merely survive. He chooses to beg because the only other option is starving to death. In fact, these choices are often not even choices, but the only option left.
And what's crazy is, guys, what I want y'all to know is when y'all get up in age, never, you should be able to vote now anyway. But when you vote, I don't want you to vote according to what everybody else is doing. I want you to understand that when you vote for Democratic anything, those are the people. Democracy, Democrats is for. All right, how can I politically say this without you know what I mean sullying the information for my little ones? All right, pretty much, guys. We all know that as holy people, we supposed to help the poor, right? We supposed to help them. We don't want to see nobody poor. We supposed to help them. Every other religion, every other race, they have something where they help the poor, right? But see, the democracy, it tells us, it want to tell us how we supposed to help the poor. You don't help the poor with money. You don't help the poor by taking money from people that work hard for their money. You know what I mean? You can help the poor in so many different ways, but giving them other people money is what's going to keep them poor. Do you see how that works? This is why poverty is a choice, right? Never, because the poor people will sit there and be like, yeah, give me more of the money. But it's the knowledge that they need. If you teach a poor person how not to be poor, they'll never be poor again. But if you give them money to get out of poverty, they're going to spend that money and be poor. The knowledge is what the poor people need. But we live in a democratic society because of our grandmothers who be telling us to pick these Democrats that, you know what I mean? They want to give the poor people our money. It's crazy.
Number 10. Poor people choose to see obstacles instead of opportunity. We see this all the time, Alexers. You approach someone with a great idea, and before they've even stewed on it, they've already come back with a list of reasons why it wouldn't work. And we're all for hearing the pros and cons of any new idea, but to constantly...
Now, guys, when I tell you, never use one tell me, start the YouTube. When I started the YouTube, people was like, nah, it's not going to work. You can't do that. You can't say that. They already got a channel like that. They came up with everything under the sun, guys. And imagine if I would have let that deter me. We wouldn't be here right now.
put up a wall of "it won't work," well then, it definitely won't work. Choosing to see the opportunity will turn this daunting idea into a money-making machine. And as the famous saying goes, amazing things stand on the other side of fear. And Alexers, this obstacle versus opportunity mindset filters down into every part of life. To start turning no's into yeses, be sure to listen to The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes on audible.com. Number 11. If being poor was not a choice, you would have zero control over your entire life.
And that's how you answer that. Because trust me, y'all, I've been here a long time. You gonna have some folks, especially you, because I know you like to apply everything you learn. So while you talking this poverty as a choice stuff, Shamari, that's how you answer that. If poverty was not a choice, then the person wouldn't have no control over anything in his entire life. Simple, you know what I mean? And just walk away. Mic drop. Boom. Mic drop, boom. Because you're going to get some folks, they love to complicate common sense, never. They will complicate common sense. It's right there in their face. 1 + 1 = 2. And they're complicated. On purpose, yo. Because the embarrassment of and the fear of admitting that they're wrong and that whoever taught them that, they ain't gonna tell you that it was their hell of a mother that taught them that. But that's why they don't want to. They're gonna just argue you down. They're gonna argue you down.
Let's paint a picture here. You make a terrible decision and it's been a game changer in your life. But do you choose to let it ruin your entire life? We bloody well hope not. The same applies for staying poor. You might have grown up poor, but you're not going to let that ruin your entire life, are you? Well, again, we bloody well hope not. If you believe that you have no choice but to be poor, then that implies you have no control over other areas of your life. And that, Alexers, is just not true, is it? Number 12. Poor people play the blame game. What do we mean by this? Right, so ask a poor person why they're still poor and see the feedback. It's the government's fault. Computers are taking over their jobs. Their boss is an idiot. Their colleagues are trying to get them fired. There's always an excuse as to why they haven't gotten further than they are.
That is a fact, y'all. That's a whole fact.
everyone else is to blame except themselves. Number 13. Poor people choose to believe they know everything. American businessman and author Robert Kiyosaki once said, "Successful people ask questions. They seek new teachers. They're always learning." That's the stark difference between rich and poor people. Poor people choose to believe they are experts in their field because A, they've been doing it this way for 20 years. B, it's their way or the highway. Or C, nobody's ever complained before with this method.
All of those sound like something. Who would teach you? Nah, you're a hell of a mother. Facts, and it's not right. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right at all. Because, like I tell y'all all of the time, broke people can't teach you how to get some money, right? Like a dummy can't teach you how to be smart. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's the same thing, guys.
Yep, enough for you to tear your hair out, isn't it? Next up, how a tit-for-tat attitude doesn't help to build wealth for the poor.
Nope.
Number 14. Poor people choose to do something expecting something else in return. On the way to building your own wealth, it's not a case of if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. If you offer a hand, a word of advice or encouragement, do it without expecting anything in return. When things are done with the right attitude, the reward is tenfold. Poor people choose to do something and then expect something back. I did this for you, now I expect you to do this for me. That's a crappy way of going into business or handling life in general. It makes the other person feel like they owe you something and you've got a hold over them. Keep in mind what Confucius said: act with kindness, but do not expect gratitude. Number 15. Poor people choose jealousy over friends' successes. Aluxers, it can be hard when you see your friend being successful and you're trailing so far behind. We get it. But if you can't celebrate the victories of your friends and choose to be resentful and bitter, then you're not doing yourself any favors. A rich mindset is happy for the success of others and understands there is enough of the pie to go around. Celebrating others' successes is not only healthier, but you benefit from the joy and happiness it brings your friends. Plus, who knows what doors could open for you if you just remain open to the opportunities and not worry about all the obstacles. So, Aluxers, do you believe that staying poor is a choice? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, for sticking with us until the end, we've saved a bonus just for you. Aluxers, being poor is no excuse to not being successful. Watch our video 15 ways to start a business while being poor. We go really in depth on how you can make a financial success of your life. Take the story of Skyscanner, the now multi-billion-dollar business that started as an Excel spreadsheet with 3 friends who got together and pooled their skills and resources to form this company. You can do the same. Get like-minded people who can offer a different skill set and get together and come up with a concept that is unique, fills a gap in the market, and uses each skill set well. Remember what we started off with saying: if you're born
poor, that's not your fault. But if you die poor, that is all of your fault. Thanks, guys. So, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold y'all much longer. You know what I mean? I think that was a great teaching tool right there. You know what I mean? I know you got to go to bed and stuff. You got school tomorrow, young man.
he wanna watch another one.
Yeah, I think he slid this one in on me. Yo. He think you beat me in my head tonight, young man. He with this, I want to be the host of the show at 9:30 at night. You beat me in the head, all right? I'm gonna repay you that. I'm gonna wake you up at 6:05, son.
No, you're not.
Word up, man. But y'all, salute to the chat, man. Appreciate y'all, man. You know, this was just one of them refresh for us, guys. But I had to bring the little ones in tonight, and I had to, you know what I mean, show y'all how to stay up out of poverty and teach these little ones how to stay up out of poverty. Because honestly, only the father could kill the generational curse. You know what I mean? Only the father could kill the generational curse. Yeah. So Y'all like, share, subscribe. If you're not over there, subscribe and share this video. This was a classic. Dag, I had one question. I had one last question for you guys before we get on out of here. Let me see. Let me let it marinate.
That one right there.
Nah, it was oh man.
You should have wrote it down.
I should have wrote it down,
I
yo.
told you, old man.
You's a bum, yo. Yeah, I swear, yo. It's the DNA, yo. And it's sad because I can't even say nothing. How could I even like it's like damn. But dag, it was dag, hold on, see how it was coming back to me. It was saying it was directed to Nana. It'll come back to me, man. It'll come back to me. It don't matter. Oh, hi. There we go. There we go. I got it. All I had to think about was fake book. All I had to think about how do you feel about what I'm doing? Because that's the first thing when a modern woman get triggered, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first thing they say is, "But you got daughters." Right after, wait, no, time out. The first thing they say is, "But your mother black." And then they say, what do your daughters have to say about what you're doing? So can you just shed some light? Now they make it seem like I don't know.
I tune into most of the videos too, and I feel like none of the videos are like to be taken like to offense. Like it's the truth. Like it's literally, the truth. And I feel like a lot of people may ask that question because they feel offended because it's their ways and they don't want to, they're mad that like you're calling them out, so they feel guilty and stuff like that. But I feel like it's the truth. It's like
the truth is what it is, man.
What's the problem with stating the truth, talking the truth? And that's the problem. So, but I think I want you to keep doing it. I'm the reason why you kept going. So now that you love it, I'm just like keep going, watch. Like
perfect, y'all. So y'all can stop asking me silly questions like that because it's like it's a reflection of how much I want to lie. Like, why is this society built and based on a whole lie, a whole freaking lie? Nobody wants to tell the truth. It's sad, yo. It's sad. But y'all, I'm on out of here. I got to get on over to the dean office. Now, I mean, we got some papers to grade. You got to get your ass to bed, bro. Because I think you beat me in my head tonight, yo, with this
it's
bullshit.
10 o'clock. You're going to be mad in the morning tomorrow.
Facts, though. But y'all, salute to the Bread Squad. Salute to the Righteous Fear, y'all. Y'all drink responsibly. Wrap up, strap up. Don't play with your life. And share this video, guys. They just ain't doing it like how we doing it in the Righteous Fear, yo. The truth with proof. Bye,
guys.
I see a devil already popping up in here. Ooh. Brother, if you knew what Allah showed me of you, you would go right away and change. Up in that third balcony, the second balcony. Man, evil nigga. Oh, Yakub ain't got nothing on you. Well, I'm going to tell you something, believers. Some of you are going to try me. And I will show you very quick who I am. And you're going to be surprised. Some of you little crazy Nick bros, your heart's so filled with darkness and hate. But if you make the little move that you got in your crazy brain. You won't last. You won't last. And I say this, when we get real tight, strong, see a snitch and an enemy that's in here among us, he'll show up. I'm going to say this public, because I really don't give a damn about the consequences. A dear brother and or sister, if you're on the payroll for the police or the FBI, I don't mind you being there. I really don't mind. Because we're not doing anything that we would be ashamed of. So you can be here. It's okay. And even if we knew you was the police, we would not bother you. However, if you work in an evil way to try